Welcome back, junkies. In today's analysis, we're going to go over my next target for Bitcoin to the downside. You're going to want to stay tuned. As you know, we've been on an absolute tear lately, on a roll lately. These have been our recent calls, all publicly called. The 125K top, shorted the top, exactly hit the target down here that I called for. Guys, I've had this macro outlook on past videos. This was 3 weeks ago. We called for the short here. We called for 100K to 105K right in this yellow zone, right in the box. Guys, you really can't make it up. Right when we bounced like that, called for the range to form, started forming that range. Told you guys I was taking the opposite direction. Been posting this all on X, all in Discord. Man, this has been another phenomenal run that we have just started. As you know, I had this all mapped out for you guys, looking for this WXY to the downside, and we're trying to map out and forecast exactly how we are playing this to the downside. Elliott wave is absolutely crazy sometimes. Over in Discord, we shorted this, of course. Closed out of the entire Bitcoin short I was in. It was just a scalp short. That's how that one played out. And currently swing short on XRP over in Discord. If you want to follow my trades, make sure you smash the Discord link below. It's free to join. Join up in Discord. Say what's up to everybody. Also follow me on X at chart_junkies. Also, guys, it's been a minute. We've been down this market. I think we're due for one. You know what song I'm about to play. Turn your speakers up.
There she goes. There she goes again. Breaking hearts and trends. Up or down, it's all the same. Chart junkie runs this game.
So there she goes again, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Let me go back and we'll start right here, guys, on this WXY. Again, looking for this range to form, looking for a flat to form for this X wave, and then looking for more movement to the downside. That's what I'm seeing on the charts. I'm not going to waste your time. I've gone over the macro. I went over it yesterday even as well. Let's lock in on the 1 hour chart, on the 4 hour chart, up in this range, looking for this trend line to break to the downside with more conviction. In yesterday's video, I showed you this trend line, told you we'll probably come back and retest it if we break it. And it looks like we're breaking it. I have a correction to the upside here. I want to see an A form into a correction into a C. I don't believe this is done to the downside quite yet. And I'll give you some preliminary targets right now. From the 125K top, I'm viewing this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I understand this is lower than this, but it's just a nasty wick on a lot of spot exchanges. It actually held up here, and it's probably more structurally correct. And then we have 5 waves finished right here. I was the first to call this back when we had this bounce. Back when we were moving down, looking for a wave 5 to finish, and then a bounce and more of a range to form. And it looks like we are getting that. So with this being the finishing wave of our move down, I'm just looking for this X wave to play out now. On the macro, going through probably the beginning of next year, should be long and intense. And I don't believe this is going to slice to the downside right now. I told you guys that in previous videos. And you know damn well I don't believe we're going to blow off top. I've been saying that for the longest time. But where do I think we're going with the highest probability? Well, from the top here on this finished correction, I want to see 5 waves take place. I want to see an A wave form. I think a lot of things need, my XRP trade, I need 5 waves on that. XRP is stalling up top. It would be nice to just get a nice solid impulse to the downside here finished somewhere honestly near these lows, guys, like 106K ish, somewhere in here. And then we can have a nice long correction, essentially just retesting this trend line breakdown. But it could cut pretty deep, looking to tease the bulls yet again that we're going to break out, and we'll do nothing more than reject and come down pretty hard. Just an ABC. This should be impulsive. I love this, guys. I really do. It will fake out the bulls again for the 6,000th time. I don't know if they haven't learned their lessons or what. And it will fake out the bears again and essentially come to the upside for a flat. So we'll have an A, B, C flat correction right there. I hope you guys are paying attention to this stuff. I hope you're learning this stuff, because if you've been watching this channel, you understand. I know it looks crazy. I know it looks like I'm just drawing things on the chart that are just arbitrary, but it's not, guys. This is, I let my work speak for itself. I'm not going to sit here and just fluff you guys. But now that we got the big dump from the 125K top, we're cool. We're chilling. This is the next structure I'm playing. That's done. I'm not going to sit here and call for more dumpage. Oh, we're doom and gloom. I'm not going to sit here and call for pumpage either. I'm going to call exactly what I'm seeing on the charts, guys. And I see this range building essentially for an X wave right here. And then once this finishes, I'll be calling for another move to the downside. We've been playing this pretty spot on lately. But yeah, looking to come to the lows at 106K, and then we'll see if we can get a nice little bounce that we could play to the upside and hedge long this. I'm not longing this trend line. I'm not putting any longs in. I don't see any structures, guys, in which this hits to the upside like so. It would be strange. I would probably have to call it a nasty WXY if it did hit up there. I don't think it's going to, and this is what it would look like. This is just kind of an ABC situation on the upside. That's nasty. I would never call for that. We are cooked right here, in my opinion, to come down to 106. Are we going to do it right now and then retrace and give us this flat? Or are we going to kind of get a bounce here? If we get a bounce, I will be looking to short again up in this range for a corrective move to the downside. I would not be looking to take this up. Not financial advice. All right. So that's where I'm at, guys. If you want to leverage trade with us, the best non-KYC exchange, if you are a leverage trader, is Blowfin. They are the most legit, hands down. I hooked you guys up with the best bonus that they have running right now. And if you've been signed up in the past, you get access to this. Just check your reward section. You get access to all the bonuses that I run. I made sure you guys get that 10% deposit bonus up to 9,400 trading bonuses, VIP reduced trading fees for life. Make sure you check them out. Pin in the first comment down below, or use code ChartJunkies if you want to give them a try. Check out Discord. Check out X. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe if you're not already. Trade safe, guys. Love you. Peace.